Hey guys, Lizardlea here for 4 Heavenly Beasts, day 52. Here is the progress from day 51. So, not much, but just to get an idea of my process, I'm focusing on not the Phoenix, actually. I said that the opposite way. I'm not focusing on the Phoenix. I'm focusing on everything else first. And the Phoenix is basically all right here. So I'm going down the list of all the colors, and so far I think I've avoided 310 black and all the red ones. So yeah, I'm probably just gonna keep that up just because the red is, like I said, mostly over here, which requires the most counting to make sure I don't mess up and, has a higher risk of me messing up. So once I get all of these other ones filled out, it'll be easier to fill out the red because I'll, instead of counting to 30, I'll only have to count to 15. Obviously I have all of these, so I don't know. I don't understand my own process sometimes, so. Also, I don't know what my hair is doing. This curl right here, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that's about. I woke up, brushed my hair from the braid that I had it in, and just put it up, and this is what happened. So, I don't know. Also, I'm super excited about the season 14 finale of RuPaul's Drag Race. Willow Pill is up there for me. She's number 1. And then Angeria and Lady Camden are basically tied for number 2. I will be ecstatic if any of those 3 win. But especially Willow Pill. So if you're watching RuPaul's Drag Race, If not, I sound like I'm a crazy person, and that's okay. I normally do. I'm gonna go stitch now. Well, okay, we're gonna wait for the sun to come up a little bit more, and then I'm gonna stitch.
Yes, I am entertaining myself. Are you entertaining yourself?
Not at the moment.
Are you entertaining me? Yes, you are.
Yes. I'm glad you found the remote.
Mm-hmm.
After screaming for it.
Well, you didn't tell me where it was.
I see.
Yes, I am recording you. I'm glad you noticed.
I am aware that you were recording me.
Mm-hmm. For a solid 25 seconds now. We're all waiting patiently to find out what we're talking about today because you didn't do your job in anticipation.
You were in my chair.
You didn't tell me you were ready! So of course I was playing Kirby in the meantime.
And then I told you were ready, you started recording and asked what we were talking about while I was getting into the chair.
Mm-hmm. I thought it'd be funny. I feel like it's amusing.
You finished Fifth Elephant, right?
No.
No, you're still on it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I have 2 more chapters or something.
One moment while I add that to the list. Liz
But I'm not done. You can't add it there yet. I'm not done.
To be done later.
Oh, yes. That you can add to it.
Not discussed.
David has a job, you guys.
I have a job.
Mm-hmm. How's the purse log looking?
Percy.
Percy Jackson?
We have not discussed Peacemaker.
Is it time to talk about Peacemaker?
If you want it to
Oh
be.
my god, you guys. Peacemaker, starring John Cena, is spectacular. But it is graphic. So if you're not prepared for that, and you don't want that, you shouldn't watch it. But if you are prepared for that, it is amazing. We talked about Suicide Squad 2 on the channel, right? And I said Peacemaker was my favorite character.
Yes.
Yeah. So, lo and behold, the Peacemaker show is spectacular and better than any other DC thing I've ever seen.
Yes.
Well, other than the animated movies were really good, but
And the shows.
this is spectacular. And, I've loved John Cena since when he was just doing WWE, before he was ever doing TV and acting. Well, WWE is acting, but whatever. So, Let's see. I've seen him in The Marine. I've seen him in a lot of movies, and I've liked him in all of them. And he has very quickly become my favorite actor that's ever come out of WWE.
I think I like Batista better.
I do love
Close.
Batista, but I feel like John Cena has a wider range.
They're both
But
very
that's
talented.
just because John Cena's had bigger, longer, more parts.
I haven't seen many John Cena movies other than this, or shows or movies other than Suicide Squad, though. In fact, I think that's the only one I've seen.
And I've seen... I don't know, now I have to Google it to see what other ones of his I've seen.
She has to see what she's seen.
Yes. Well, because I don't want to
Gee, Liz, you
say
could've
something
prepped,
I
you know,
haven't
you
seen.
said you were
That's
ready.
not my job. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I do what I want.
Oh, crud, they couldn't deliver my stuff today.
Indeed.
Because they couldn't get to our place because the road was closed.
Ah, yes, that would be a problem.
Yes, that is a problem.
Okay, where... He has to have an IMDb page. So I'm just going to
John
type in
Cena?
IMDb. John Cena! You can't see me. Oh, I love him.
She's
He's great.
doing the thing.
I
You're
am.
so
Duh,
wonderful.
everyone knew that.
Suicide Squad.
Oh, 12
Bumblebee,
rounds?
The
I've seen
Well,
12
The
rounds.
Wall, John Cena in the Marine, Playing with Fire, Vacation Friends, F9, Trainwreck, Doolittle, Blockers, Sisters, Ferdinand, The Bubble, Scooby-Doo and WrestleMania Mystery, Daddy's Home, Fighting with My Family, Daddy's Home 2, some sort of Flintstones thing, WWE Age of SmackDown, Killer Man, Dead Man Down,
Oh, the
Surf's Up
Scooby
2.
one. I've seen the Scooby one.
Yeah, he hasn't been in much.
And yet, the things I've seen him in, I've loved. Also, he was always one of my favorite wrestlers. So, obviously, Undertaker was... Stop that. Undertaker was number 1, but John Cena was still, like, in top 10 for me. What the heck was that face? You don't like John Cena at all?
No, I just-
Like, he's spectacular in Peacemaker.
Yeah, he is.
He's great at being comedic. He has amazing comedic timing with that. And he's great at being serious. When he was crying and getting emotional, I felt that. Except for the times when it was supposed to be funny, in which case I was laughing at him. But, you
Yeah,
know,
no,
he got the proper reaction out of me.
The
In every proper reaction out of me with every single thing he did.
Proper reaction.
Okay, really?
Yes, really. This is what you get for making fun of me for not being ready. You get difficult, David.
I get made fun of for having a stutter and misspeaking all the time. I see how it is.
You see how it is?
Screw you. Eagly was also amazing, but my number 1 favorite character from the show was what's his name?
Vigilante.
Vigilante. I don't know why he said it like that. There's not a single person in the show that says Vigilante. They all say Vigilante. And at one point, Peacemaker calls him Vig, and like I about started crying because I was like, "Oh my God, they are best friends!" So,
Which is weird because he's a total psychopath, but
dude, he was hilarious.
yeah.
Like all the psychopath things he did, like, were for the greater good.
I guess you could argue that.
Okay, what did he do that like did not ultimately help?
The whole thing with his father.
He was going after a neo-Nazi. Ultimately, that was going to be helpful, even if it ended up not being helpful in the moment.
Yeah, should I give like the summary I normally give so someone else knows what we're talking about?
Go for it.
Okay. So, Peacemaker comes from the Suicide Squad movie.
You don't need to see Suicide Squad to enjoy
Suicide
this.
Squad? No, you don't.
I'm gonna just
It's...
stop talking.
it's, the movie's okay. It's not great. It's not awful.
Peacemaker's the best part of it.
Yeah, Peacemaker's actually better than the movie by far. I would highly recommend watching it. It's basically about, you know, the character Peacemaker from the movie, as he has escaped, well, not escaped, but been released from jail, and he goes out, and they find him, and they're like, hey, we want you to help with this problem. We need you to stop the butterflies. And so he spends the rest of his time working with sort of a secondary Suicide Squad, almost, members from the Suicide Squad / other B-tier heroes and whatnot, because they don't have a cadre of villains, Liz. And solving mysteries of sorts and trying to save the world, air quotes.
I said I wasn't going to talk anymore, so you have to carry the rest of this.
I have to carry the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
He meets Vigilante, who is apparently...
Vigilante! Why do you say it like that? That's like if I called you David.
Remember when she said she wasn't going to talk for the rest of this? You see how easy it was to
I
get
just
her to
mouthed a
talk?
very bad word at him.
You see how easy that was? So...
As if he didn't do that. Unintentionally.
Uh-huh.
Ooh,
So...
chasm. Ooh. You said that very seriously the first time you said it.
I see.
These are just words that you pronounce wrong.
I see. So they go and recruit him, and he spends a significant amount of time trying to figure out what the heck's going on, because they basically just hired him to kill people, but of course, because he's the main guy and people don't like playing villains, he's sort of having a... he's questioning what he's been doing, basically. He doesn't like what he does. He doesn't like the way he was raised. You find out that his father is just an absolute jackass. And not even a jackass, but like a legit racist. Not like, well, he's an older age racist thing, or something like a straight up Klan member based on a racist supervillain. And that's literally his purpose, is to be one of the major forces of evil in all this. So, he's kind of questioning his life, and he meets the team. It's made up of... Adebayo!
Who, okay, I feel like at first I didn't care much for her because I was like, they're a token lesbian character.
Yes.
And then as time went on, I was like, no, they've fleshed her out. She's a real character. This is wonderful. I appreciate it.
It wasn't just token lesbian. It was like token lesbian awkward character. Like, she was very stereotypical in her first, like, introduction scene.
I mean, she was always a little awkward, but it became super endearing.
Yeah, no, that's the thing, is they used it well. They didn't
Yeah.
just, like, make it annoying. It was, they actually figured out, like, oh, okay, this is what we can do with this to make it interesting. And so they did a good job with it.
Myrn,
the
boss man.
Myrn is the boss man. He is this well-known mercenary who's, like, horribly evil, but he seems to have turned a corner and is trying to be a better person. Still running this dark ops murder team. But, you know...
You've never expressed emotion before? You've never even just said, I'm chilly? I loved that line because David makes fun of me whenever I say I'm chilly, because he's like, you're not food. And we all know that that's not what I'm saying. But he hates me.
I feel like this recording was a trap so you could yell at me.
When have I raised my voice?
I mean, criticize me. How's that? Have you done that?
No. Harcourt, the really pretty white lady.
Which, yeah, kind of.
I mean,
that's pretty
okay,
much the
she
point.
is a
She's also
not
a
kind
badass.
person, and she is a badass. Yes.
Yeah. And so
And Economos.
Yes, Economos, who is
Economos?
the
Economos?
Economos.
He was hilarious.
He's a tech guy who's nerdy and kind of basically a bit of a loser. And so they all are on this secret mission to do something, and John Cena doesn't know what. And it's a violent, ridiculous comedy directed by James Gunn. So, I mean, if that doesn't tell you what's going on here, like, or what your flavor or what your tastes might run, I don't know what to tell you, because it seems that pretty much describes it pretty well. Of the various disasters they encounter, I don't know how to. They solve everything with violence and more violence. Like, you know, that's pretty much it. It's shoot everything and then shoot it some more and then have things go wrong and then use weird powers to shoot things and then shoot them again.
Eagly was especially wonderful. He had some very gruesome scenes. He's an eagle, by the way, in case it wasn't 100% obvious.
Yes.
They do make that joke a couple too many times, though. Like, oh, is your dog's name Dougie?
Or your daughter name's Daughterly.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, he's a CG eagle that you would
that
think...
That looks amazing.
Yeah, they actually did a very good job with him, because it was kind of important they do a good job with him, because it's a CG freaking eagle. Like, immediately you're kind of like, oh, this is going to be awful. But no, it's dumb as hell, and it works perfectly.
Whoever did that job, I think they did spectacular.
Yeah.
They need to be in all of the movies doing CGI, because there were times when I was like, is that a real eagle, or is that CGI? And I literally couldn't tell. And I feel like that's good.
Yeah, no, they did a very, very good job with the best friend Eagle. Which
Also,
is
he was
so
voiced
weird.
by D. Bradley Baker.
Who?
D. Bradley Baker. I'm on IMDb.
Who voiced what?
Eagly. We're
They-
talking about Eagle.
They voiced the Eagle.
He voiced the Eagle, yes. I thought they used actual Eagle voices or like recordings, but no, apparently it was a dude. Oh my god! Was he Olmec? Is that what that's saying?
I think that's what that's
Or at
saying.
least in the live action movie. I don't know. Sorry, as you were saying.
I wasn't. Anyways,
Screw you.
so the team of misfits, I mean, it's pretty much spoiler territory from here on out. Cena finds out that what butterflies are is this alien invasion of creatures that can live inside of a human mind, take them over, and, do whatever they want. So they've been taking over all of our, it's actually Animorphs, basically. Did you read Animorphs?
That was when they could turn into animals, was it not?
Yes, but the alien invasion was things that could crawl into humans' ears and take them over and manipulate the world. They were Yeerks.
Okay, I knew nothing about that.
Did you not read the books?
No.
Oh, well, anyways.
I read the backs, and because all my friends owned them, and the library never had them, so I couldn't read them.
Oh.
I remember watching a TV show or a movie or something about Animorphs, which I don't remember if it was good or not, but it existed.
It existed. Anyways.
Yeah.
Now that we've had that major breakthrough,
Oh my god, whatever.
that Liz didn't actually read Animorphs, which is sad. Yeah, they're taking over the world, so they're going to kill all the people who are, infected with them, which starts with, a senator and his entire family. So, including his wife and children. It's pretty brutal. They don't show all of that, but, you get the idea.
They show enough of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see headshots.
Yeah. Not of the children, but of the mom and dad.
You do hear vigilantes singing as it's happening. It's
Humming.
great. Humming, singing, whatever.
They're different, Liz.
Whatever.
I'm not allowed to sing. You'll still let me hum. I had a
Okay,
great
see,
song
because
about
you
pasta.
actually genuinely try to hum and sound well. When you sing, you intentionally make it sound bad.
I didn't make it sound bad.
You went, pasta, 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 pasta. That is not a song. That is you sing-songing a word over and over
First
and
of all,
over
it was
and
to a
over.
tune.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No,
It's
it
that Italian song that nobody knows. Da, 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 da. Anyways, so they fought these aliens on and off. I mean, we could go into details of the plot, but it doesn't really matter. The short version is it's a completely ridiculous, ludicrous scenario, and that's the whole point. And from there, it's a lot of just watching everyone be lunatic, angry with each other degenerates in fairly well-written and hilarious ways. Myrn just cannot begin to understand how, right at the beginning, Economist is trying to save Peacemaker for having this murder pinned on him because he killed a butterfly, but it looks like a normal person, so he's going to go back to jail and we can't have that. So he's like, don't worry, I changed the fingerprints of the database to match somebody else's. Oh, cool, who'd you pick? Well, his father. So he's like, you framed the guy we hired to help us. Or you framed the father of the guy we hired to help us. Great, wonderful. And there's just, it's that kind of just stupid, everything always goes wrong, but somehow still works out, nonsense parade with some deep moments and people being happy with each other. That sound about right?
Yes.
Okay.
I loved it.
Yeah.
That show was amazing, and I would 110% rewatch that show.
Yeah.
Especially for the theme song.
Yes, the intro is one of the best intros of any show I've ever seen. Even if you hate the show, even if none of this sounds up your alley, you should probably watch the intro. There's nothing gross or horrible about it. It just, you need to watch the intro.
They're dancing to a great song.
Yeah. Do
you really want to do really more tasting?
glam
Sorry,
metal.
what? Yes,
Yeah.
wigwam.
Yeah.
Glam metal. It's spectacular. I have it on my iPod, and I listen to it frequently now.
And another friend of ours has his ringtone, so.
As he should.
Yeah.
It's a great song.
It is.
And then, watching John Cena, who, if you've seen wrestling, you know how huge this guy is. His arms are,
I swear he looks bigger than this in this. Like,
6 times the size of mine.
it might just be because in wrestling, like, he's actually dealing with other people who are huge, and in this, like, he's around normal-sized people.
Maybe.
But I swear
But, like, he's still huge.
Yeah.
Like, dude's arms, his muscles have muscles.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, John Cena is the one that I watched an interview of, I think it was Kane, the Great Khali, and someone else, where they all, like, collectively agreed that John Cena was one of the strongest guys they've ever met.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's just solid muscle. And I think it was the Great Khali said that when he was on John Cena's shoulders, he was like, yeah, I felt completely secure. Like, he wasn't shaking, he wasn't having any trouble holding on to me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I 100% believe that he's completely ripped.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it was very fun, very silly, very wacky. Were there anything like? I think it speaks to the show that, like, I can't point to one character and be like, oh, but I didn't like this. Like, I can't even think of a moment that I was like, oh, this is stupid, or wow, I hate this scene, or anything like that. Like,
I mean, if we're going full spoiler,
sure.
I was super annoyed with the end with Hardcore. She got completely shot to hell,
Oh.
and she was able to do just, like, you know, a montage of physical therapy, and she was able to walk fine.
Her heart was, yeah. Just
What?
Like, she moved her kidney where her heart was, just like
She
that.
was not a ninja, no.
First of all, he was judo master, not
Whatever,
a ninja.
ninja, whatever. That annoyed me, because I was just like, yeah, no, she should be, like, permanently in a wheelchair, or permanently have leg braces, or, crutches, something, because it's just ridiculous. Because they made it seem like she was going to die. But then, oh no, she's totally fine after just a couple months. Like, no.
I don't know, it was like, I was expecting that. Like, it did, the show.
Oh, I was expecting it, but it still annoyed me, because it wasn't realistic at all.
Everyone played, like, their parts perfectly. Like, all the roles feel well acted and serious. Like, no one's half-assing it. Everyone's trying, you know, like, or not just trying, but giving good performances. That's what I would say, yeah.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh.
Cena's dad does a great job being a horrible person. Cena himself, of course, does a great job. As I mentioned, what's her name, Adebayo does a great job. Economist has some really great moments.
Oh, yeah.
Vigilante is an utter sociopath.
I love him through and through. Every scene he's in is just spectacular because he's in it.
Yes.
Sophie, the detective. I think. Her name
Oh
is
yes, Sophie. Yeah.
And her partner. At least Sophie was fun. The partner, I don't really remember much other than him just being like, Sophie, Sophie. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, they were fun.
But yeah, well, no, that's what I was gonna say. Actually, I'm really proud that they gave the female detective, who's also Asian, more of a character than the white male detective.
Well, it also worked really well because one of the people they're dealing with is an unrepentant racist.
This is true.
You know.
Oh my goodness, every scene with Sophie and Peacemaker's dad was golden.
Yeah.
Like,
They did it well.
I don't speak chopstick. Like, oh my god.
Yeah. I don't speak. What was it? Spoon? Why not fork?
Yeah.
Why would you pick that?
It was so
It was
good.
yeah, very very good.
It took me into episode 2 or something to realize that Peacemaker's dad was played by the Terminator from Terminator 2.
Oh, you got it immediately.
Aw. Really?
I think he doesn't show up till episode 2, but yeah.
Oh. Okay, maybe I'm just crazy. I feel like it took me forever to figure out, like, where I recognized his face. Although, did I ever Google it? Am I right? Or did I just assume that I was right and you just
assumed
agreed
you were right,
with me?
And I agreed with you because otherwise you hit me. No.
That is not true. How dare you?
She doesn't hit me on purpose.
Thank you. Yes, this is true. Yes, he was the T-1000
Yeah.
in Terminator 2. So unhelpful.
What?
Wait, what? He was in the Marine as well? With John Cena? Do they work together a lot?
I don't know. Do they?
I don't know.
Do they?
I mean, they worked in Peacemaker together. They were apparently in the Marine together. But no, Nope, lost my train of thought.
Choo choo.
Thank you.
Thomas the Tank Engine.
Thank you.
Did you watch Thomas the Tank Engine?
I mean, I feel like I read books about Thomas the Tank Engine.
You never
I
saw
don't
the
remember
show?
there being a show.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Is it?
Yeah, it was a good show. It was a children's
I
show.
watched Blue's Clues and you didn't, so whatever.
I'm not saying it's a competition, jeez.
Well, I win because Blue.
I see.
Bow, 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 bow.
Uh-huh. So
What
yeah,
else
no,
do you have to say?
mainly that, like, it was surprising to me that they made it work, because it's one of those ideas, like, it's basically just a Suicide Squad sequel in some ways.
Sorry, what was that?
A Suicide Squad sequel in some ways.
He said Swad. He did
Squad,
not say
yes,
Squad.
I did. Squad, blah, blah, blah. But it also still does a good job of being its own thing and having, like, at first I'm like, am I really gonna buy that, like, John Cena, this, like, lunatic killer in the movie and in this show so far, is, like, having second thoughts about, like, the way he's lived his life. And it does feel a little hokey at times, where it's just like, well, yeah, that's where the plot needs to go. It doesn't need to make sense. But it works decently, I think.
I don't remember ever going like, this is ridiculous. That makes no sense.
Well, I mean,
Other
like,
than the thing with Harcourt.
I have some trouble with his change of heart, that, like, he's really struggling that hard with, like, you know, murdering people now, because, you know, he kind of goes back and forth on it, like, with the whole...
Well, his issue was killing the kids.
Yeah. Well,
Which, yeah.
there wasn't a dove of peace on it.
That's what he was telling them.
Yes, no,
because
I know,
even
I
after
know,
they gave
I know.
him one, he was like, it's I just said that because
Yeah, but then he goes off and murders a bunch of people later. I don't know.
What children does he murder?
No children, but he says to Hardcourt, like, yeah, I'm not sure I want to be killing people anymore. And she's like, that sucks to be you, because that's what we hired you for, basically. And we don't have time for your, you know, issues. But, gosh, I could have sworn there was some other...
I mean, he had a hard time taking on his dad, who was a neo-Nazi, or whatever you want to call him, because it was his dad.
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like anytime he had an issue, I understood it and I believed it.
Fair.
I was gonna say something else and then I forgot. John Cena!
John Cena. Like, Vidge is fairly straightforward, because he doesn't really have an arc. He's just a force of nature, so to speak.
He is, it's true.
Adebayo has an arc, which makes sense, which is her coming to terms with it. Spoilers, but she's,
Oh, she's Waller's daughter.
Yeah,
I
Amanda
called
Waller,
that
yeah.
very early.
Yeah. You did.
Which was super weird, because they made it in the preview of the second or the third episode. They had her say, "Bye, Mom," on the phone or something.
Mhm.
And I swear to God, she did not say that in the actual episode.
She did. That's all I can tell you.
Okay, then why in that moment did we both react and go, "Oh my God, that is her mom"?
Because we weren't paying good attention. I don't know.
I was. Are you kidding me? I don't know, maybe we're both crazy.
Sus.
When was I not paying attention?
I'm just saying, it was sus.
Whatever. But no, yeah, she had a really good arc. I was really proud of her. I was really happy with her. I loved when they held up the vet clinic. That was a great scene.
Yeah.
Like, Vidge is just like, yeah, we have to kill them. They've seen our faces, right?
No.
No, you can't do that!
He's a lunatic.
That's why I love him.
Yeah, I know.
I do wish there had been more scenes of him with his helmet on, or mask on, or whatever. Because he made such a big deal out of everybody seeing his face, but he didn't wear it very often.
Well, because then he stopped caring, because, you know, facial muscle...
No, he still cared.
I know.
Oh my God, I loved the scenes where John Cena was, like, genuinely crying. And then Vidge came up on him and he's like, no, I'm just, stretching out my face muscle. It's exercises. It was so funny.
It's a bit silly.
Mm-hmm. It was hilarious. I loved it.
Are there any other, like, crazy scenes of note?
Oh, the cow was...
Oh, the cow.
Super duper creepy looking.
Yes, the cow was...
Like, that... Ugh. Even just thinking about it is... Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yuck.
Ugh.
Yeah.
The butterflies were really pretty, though.
They were...
Especially with their wings.
Mm-hmm. They were very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely liked that they had some sort of nuance to them. They weren't just all evil aliens. They were kind of trying to do something clever with it. They didn't totally convince me, but it worked, you know.
Is your favorite color teal?
No.
She never said that. She never answered.
I know. I recall.
You don't know? Like, wouldn't it be interesting if the butterfly's favorite color was teal? No, Vidge is amazing. Screw you. This helmet gives you scabies.
Oh God, yeah. There's a blooper reel at the end of every episode of just like, you know, cut material, and they were quite stellar. I have to say, they did a very good job with that.
Oh, absolutely.
The blooper material is definitely some of the best material. God, I don't know. What's the... It's a little weird because they have like people like Waller in it, sort of kind of yes no. You know, like very briefly they have like these really big name actors, but the Superman and all that at the end.
Oh, Henry Cavill
and well, it wasn't Cavill,
Jason
but
Momoa?
they did have Momoa,
Yeah.
and they had whoever plays the Flash because he's got nothing better to do.
I don't know that kid's name.
But yeah, they
that was hilarious.
Yeah, no, it was. So yeah, I mean, it's not Shakespeare, not even close, but it's fun.
I liked it so much more than Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
That's how much I don't care about Shakespeare. I can't even pronounce his name right.
That'll show him.
He's dead.
That'll show him too. That'll teach him to write bad plays.
I wouldn't say they're bad. They're not my speed.
I feel like they are. You just don't know it.
Yeah, I've told you before, the one I liked the most was The Tempest, and that's the one most people don't recognize, so...
Yeah, because most people don't know Shakespeare. Everyone knows
Romeo
and Juliet.
Yeah, most people know Romeo and Juliet, and Macbeth, and all the freaking depressing ones, which, no.
Romeo and Shakespeare's a comedy, arguably.
Romeo and Shakespeare?
Yeah, I got that wrong. It's Romeo and Juliet. Duh.
You think it's a comedy?
Arguably! I mean, yes, it's a tragedy.
Yeah, I don't think it's funny that two children end up killing themselves. No, I'm good.
By the definition of... Never mind.
Yes, by the definition in literature, it's not actually...
I mean, it's kind of a tragedy,
depressing,
but,
but like... It's not my jam.
It's about the stupidity of young love.
Well, I mean, that's how children are. They're stupid. So... Doesn't mean I have to like it. Totally. All right, final thoughts on Peacemaker.
It was fun. Would watch again. I'm glad it's almost certainly going to get a second season if it hasn't been renewed already. I know it's I don't know. It is good. It is good. Watch Peacemaker. Good thing. Would watch again.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I will absolutely watch it again. Yeah. It IMDb says there's a season 2 premiere in 2023. Yeah. So, pretty sure it's already renewed. Woo! Even if you don't want to watch the show, you still need to watch the intro, the theme song.
Yeah.
Watch them dance.
Yeah,
it's
watch the intro. It is really quite stellar how many people they got together to like all do that dance, and just they all committed. They did it right. They did it well. It doesn't look like it's, photoshopped or anything. Like, everyone's trying, everyone's doing moves. It's just it's perfect.
My favorite thing was watching John Cena, because his arms are so big, he can't, put his hands straight up. Like, he literally can't do it. But Harcourt, she was my favorite one to watch dance, because her arms are ripped. She looks amazing.
Yeah.
And I hate her a little bit for it.
You would.
Watch it. It's great. Every single time we watched it, I watched a different person because it was so good.
Yeah, it's a silly, fun dance.
I love it.
Back when men weren't afraid to be women.
And that is the end of For Heavenly Beasts Day 52. I got 4 hours and 20 minutes of footage, so I got a bit done. And I did some tan. So actually you can see the Phoenix's wings really well. It's right here, here, here. So slowly getting to that fourth heavenly beast. Yeah. I don't really have anything else to talk about. So, like, subscribe, share, comment, all that jazz. And I'll see you guys next video.